Welcome back to the Sports Talk Podcast, Season 3, Episode 1. My name is Chase Moskowitz, Senior.
I'm Thomas. I'm a freshman.
Lucas Loria, freshman.
Alexander Shafir, freshman.
Jack Zerbuck, sophomore.
Kieran Hetzel, junior.
Zach Pearson, sophomore.
Daniel Almash, junior.
Noah Volan, freshman.
Braden Grisback, freshman.
Jordan Hirsch, senior.
Colin Broderick, freshman.
Sayuj Tendolkar, freshman.
And we are back. The MLB playoffs are underway. Wild card rounds are over now. The Mets have won. The Royals have won.
And the
Tigers won. And the Padres have swept the Braves. So now we move on to the divisional rounds. The Yankees play the Royals. Mets, Phillies. Dodgers, Padres. And Tigers versus Guardians. These are marquee matchups. What do you say, Dan?
I only care about the Yankees. I don't care about any of you other irrelevant teams. You guys are absolutely atrocious. The Yankees are what, in the American League, the only AL or non-Central team left?
Yeah.
That just shows how relevant we are, and it just shows that the Yanks are taking it all the way this year. Yanks in 3.
I got the same take here. Yanks in 3, and the main thing that, if I'm only concerned about one thing here, it's my pitching for the Yankees. I need a postseason Garrett Cole here. I don't need that when he came back type thing. Yeah, that garbage. Aaron Judge is going to go 3 for 3 with 3 home runs.
I also got the same take. I mean, I think the real Royal strong thing is Salvador Perez in there and the starting pitching. I think we've got everything else covered, especially our new closer, Mr. Luke Weaver, Dream Weaver, and I definitely think he's going to succeed.
I can't see the Yankees sweeping just because of their recent struggles. At the end of the season, we were able to sweep the A's, which is a pretty easy sweep, but we weren't able to win a series against the Orioles, who just lost to the Royals. So I think Yankees in 4. And the only concern I really have is just bullpen. I feel confident in our hitting, and just hope to see the Yankees win.
Respectable take there, Lucas.
Well, I'm not a Yankees fan. I'm a Mets fan. So, let's just talk about that for a second. Incredible win last night against the Brewers with game-winning home run by Polar Bear Pete Alonso. Incredible. And now reversing the Philadelphia... Phillies, yes. Philadelphia Phillies, which is going to be a very interesting series. But another series which is going to be interesting is the Dodgers and the Padres.
I agree with you. I agree that the Dodgers-Padres series, I think that's going to 5. I think that's going to go back to L.A. What do you guys think? Jordan? All right, Zach, we'll give it to you.
All right. So, I think it will go to 5 games. Very respectable team on both sides. Manny Machado and Tatis played well. But I just want to circle back to the Mets series. It's over. The Phillies have won already. Doesn't even matter what happens from here on out. You give me Phillies in 3.
All right, let's get to our let's get to Thomas.
I mean, yeah, I think the Phillies are going to win. The Mets are definitely going to put up a fight, but I just can't see them winning with the struggles they've had recently.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some of us have already given their picks for the series, but let's get to our picks, our best picks to win. I'm going to start off with Kieran. Out of all 4, who do you think's gonna win? What's the best series to watch?
I definitely think the way the Tigers have been playing recently, I definitely think that series is going to be a must-watch, and they're playing earlier, so we could probably just put it on the TV right after school ends. So Tigers Guardians. I definitely think that's going to be one to watch, and I think it's going to be Tigers in 4.
I think just off of pure entertainment, Phillies Mets is a series to watch. To watch the Mets get absolutely slammed.
I love to see that. Dan?
For the average MLB, fan of not a particular team, just a baseball fan, I'm gonna agree with Kieran here. I'm gonna go with the Tigers and Guardians because entertainment value is gonna be through the roof. But for the average Northeast region fan, diehard Yankees, give me the gabagool, Long Island, New York style. Give me the Yankees in 3, pal. Come on.
Thomas?
What? Oh, I agree. I think both the Tigers and the Guardians are kind of sneaky good this year. The Tigers obviously coming back from the deficit they had. I think that's definitely going to be a good game.
Lucas?
Agreeing with everyone, that Tigers Guardians, the Tigers have just they started off the season hot. I'm pretty sure they were the last team to be undefeated before they got their first loss in the beginning, but then they just fell off. And then in the past couple months, they started being on fire, and I think that's just going to be a really good series.
But last but not least,
Alexander Shaver. I feel like Dodgers Padres is going to be a top tier series because these are two strong teams, and then you got Mets Phillies, two big rivals that are going to just go at it to each other. I feel like those two are going to be the best.
and let's give it to Mr. J.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, no, the fact that the Mets and the Phillies have never actually played each other in the playoffs, for me, this is just massive. You think about rivalries in baseball. For me, this is probably the second biggest one to Yankees-Phillies. So just go Mets. I'm really interested to see who's going to pitch first. I'm just really nervous.
Definitely. So that wraps it up for our baseball section. Let's get on to NFL. All right, so now we're at NFL. We had a fantastic game last night. It was just pass after pass after pass, score after score. 36-30 final score. Falcons win. Last second field goal to tie the game. Let's talk about it, guys. Shafir?
I gotta agree with you. It was an epic game. It went overtime, very high scoring, and it was actually surprising that the Falcons would beat the Buccaneers because Buccaneers are a top team. You got Baker Mayfield, you got good defense, but it's very interesting indeed.
Just agreeing with Shafir, that was a phenomenal game, and I think the MVP of that game was obviously, no questions asked, Kirk Cousins. 509 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, and only 1 interception, and that was through overtime. And I mean, that was like 500 yards in a game is just insane to even think about. So, yeah.
Yeah, obviously I agree with you, Lucas. Kirk Cousins, despite all of his troubles last year, the Achilles, signing with a new team, the team that he just signed with, drafting a quarterback in the first round instead of something to actually help him. So I really think that it's impressive what he did, and I really think that the Falcons receiving core, especially with Drake London leading the way, is definitely very impressive.
All right, so you mentioned the Falcons receiving core, but another piece of their offense. Where is Bijan? He needs to score a touchdown. Please, for the sake of my fantasy team, I need Bijan Robinson to start scoring touchdowns before I lose my mind.
This is also a real step up for the Falcons, I think, beating a team like the Buccaneers. The Falcons last year weren't the best team in the league, let alone their own division. They finished second to last in their division behind the Saints and Buccaneers. So them showing out like this against a really solid team with a good offense and a decent defense is pretty impressive, and it shows how their organization's moving up to get back where they were in, 2016.
Yeah, definitely. Thomas, anything?
Yeah. I'm pretty mad about this because after Kirk Cousins got 8 points in the first round, I dropped him in 2 of my leagues, and and now he got 35 points, and that would have definitely been nice.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so that was Thursday Night Football, but let's get to our Sunday Sunday slate. Let's get to our game of the week. What do we think? What's our pick for the game of the week? Start off with Shafir.
Hello again. So right now, Falcons and Bucks was a fantastic game, but for mine, it's gonna be tough. You got Packers Rams, which might be interesting. You got Bills and the Texans, and then you got the Ravens and the Bengals. Those are 3 top tier games. But in my opinion, I gotta give it to
Ravens, Bengals. You got Burrow versus Lamar. It's just going to be an interesting battle, and we'll see where it takes.
I agree with Shafir. That is a very good game, but looking at all the games, Thursday was a great game. Like Sunday, there's a bunch of good matchups over there, like Bills, Texans, Ravens, Bengals, like he said. But I think the game of the week has to go to the Saints and Chiefs on Monday night. Saints have started off hot. Chiefs, with the help of the refs, have started off hot. So I think that's going to be a pretty good game.
I'm going to have to agree with that. I think the Saints and Chiefs are both very solid teams. Maybe the Chiefs having a little more of an edge just because of the refs. But the Saints have showed this season that they can beat tough opponents. They went out, killed the Cowboys, and, I mean, the Panthers don't really mean much, but they beat the Panthers, and they held it strong against the Eagles and against the Falcons. Well, the Falcons have been on a roll recently. So I think going into this game, the Saints they're ready to win another game. The Chiefs are just ready to just have the refs hand them another game.
Well, yeah.
I definitely agree with these. All of these are really good games, but I'm going to have to go to an undergraded game. I don't know why this isn't a 4 o'clock game. It's a 1 o'clock game. Texans, Bills, will we see the Stephon Diggs revenge game, or will he just whine again and cry like a baby on the sideline again?
I agree with that. I think they're both 3-1. A win here will really set them apart.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I'm going to go to the man calling the game, Chris Collinsworth, Sunday Night Football, Cowboys versus Steelers. I think this is an underrated game. It's not really looked at that much because we got a good slate of games. We got the Chiefs and the Saints and all the other teams, but I really think the Steelers win this one. They go to 4-1 on the season. Nobody thought the Steelers were going to be 4-1. I mean, we thought they were going to be a good team, but let's see. And if the Cowboys lose it, let's talk about if they lose it. 2-3, they have a losing record. That would not look good for the head coach.
Imagine if the Giants win.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's most likely going to happen because how about the Seahawks?
okay, so now that Shafir had to mention it, we are going to talk about how the Giants are 1-3 and just barely managed to squeak out a win versus the Browns. So, we can leave it at that. Anyway, I was going to say the Cowboys and Steelers game battled the best defenses, but I'm going to have to say Jets-Vikings is my game of the week because we get to see not only a Sam Darnold revenge game, but the ability to see Sam Darnold. He's played good defenses. He beat San Fran. We're going to see him against another good defense with even more good cornerbacks. So Sauce Gardner. I just want to see how he can perform, and he's on my fantasy team.
Give me the battle of the boring. I got the Dolphins and Patriots. Even with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, the Dolphins' offense just can't seem to get anything going, and the Patriots have just sucked. Yeah. So that should be a great game to watch if you want to fall asleep or just have
Sunday
something on.
afternoon nap. Wait till the Giants game at 4.
Exactly.
There we go. Mr. J.
No, I definitely got to go to the Jets-Minnesota game because it's in London. And it's just fun because it's like you wake up in the morning and football's like on already. You don't have to wait the whole time. I'm keeping my eye on Rodgers. His body language last week was not good. A lot of eye rolling, a lot of huffing and puffing. So I'm just is he realizing that his team is not as good as he thought? But my eyes on Rodgers to see if he bounces back this week.
Definitely. This is going to wrap it up for our Season 3, Episode 1, our first podcast of the 24-25 school year. We hope you guys all enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.